Alright guys, now because I like this little battery so much and it flies so well in this heli, I've decided that this is the casing that it came in. This is a rough measurement of where it comes to in the casing. I'm about to nick the rest of that off, and then I'm going to turn it into a hard case. Alright, so now right away we're going to unplug this guy, and we're going to plug in the glue gun glue. And what we're going to do is we're just going to slide this little fella down into the metal tube. And now, once we've secured it, we have a hard case LiPo. You can see that. It'll seal in the bottom with glue gun glue, seal in the top with a bit, just a bit. Leave a bit of space inside on each end, and you have a nice little ELF battery that still carries the name. It's just been repurposed, and now it will power my RC quadcopter. Isn't that grandiose? I love it. It's even going to look kind of professional when it's done, because the little wires needed to be shortened too, so when they're tucked down inside, you'll just see this. It'll be kind of nice, actually. Looks like a bomb, but it's not. Anyway, so there's that. Then I have this guy jury rigged. As you can see, she is charging, and she is charging this guy. Now what I did was I had to remove it from its casing, and the reason I had to do that, guys, was really simple. It wouldn't fit into the helicopter or into the charging jack, but now it does. Now it fits the charging jack and the helicopter. So now we need the glue gun glue for a couple of things. First, we're going to stop this when it's done, and we're going to put that charging jack together this end's contact cable end. We're going to put that on the fitting, and that's really easy. All we have to do is push the two together, but I realized I had too much work to do to the fitting to do it with it on, partly because the little metal inserts that are on the end of those wires that wrap around the poles, they had to be widened, which meant I had to get inside them anyway. And then I realized the way I had to trim the casing was going to mean if I didn't remove them, I was going to risk damaging them pretty bad. I didn't want that. So this was the alternative, and I had to push them onto the contacts to see if they fit, and when they did, it promptly started charging, which tells me I did my job right. They have decent contact. They weren't easy to put on. They were actually a bit stiff, so that's a good sign. They have a nice tight fit. So once I put this all back together, it'll work just fine. And then if I've done my work correctly, this will all fit together, and I can actually use this. So the idea is I'm going to push these in as deeply as I can into that little white connector, and you can see I've had to cut the tops off of this here. Let me see, maybe this isn't the best background. Let me show it to you up here. See that? I had to cut the tops clean off of it and adjust the holes inside to make them fit, and then adjust this because it had a big huge lip here on this side. In fact, you can still probably see a little bit of the seam from it right there. You can just see the edge of it there, but it's gone and been dealt with now. So we are going to put this down. We're going to put the glue gun glue to some use, but first I kind of want to fly it this way a few times, just with the casing, to see if it's better with the casing on or better with the casing off. Meaning, if it has no trouble with the weight of that casing, I'll leave the casing on in case of a crash. It's not a soft battery. The other battery is hard cased. It allows me to have both my batteries hard cased. That was one of the other things I didn't like about it. It was not a hard case battery. It was a soft plastic battery like this, and it expanded. If you actually have the battery in a hard case and it can't expand, it can't explode. If that casing can't breach, it can't explode. And that means you can just keep using them even if they get weaker. You don't have to worry about them popping on you. And it means in a crash, you won't have to worry about popping it once again. So that should be done shortly. It is taking a while to charge. I did expect that. It's a 4.2 volt setup. And so this one charges very, very fast. I love that one for that. Good quick charge battery. You can just throw it up for a quick flight. And then I've got the higher runtime, higher powered battery for doing stunt flights. I think that's perfect for my needs. Anyway, I could actually set up this battery, and if I had another connector, I would. But given the fact that I have these two definitely upgrade batteries, whereas this one's such a weak MAH, it would work. But my run times would be ridiculously short. It is technically lighter than the one I just put into the casing, but that's just fine. Anyway, I'm going to set this all up. For now, I'm just going to electrical tape this one in, and I might just leave it that way for now. And the reason is if I need the connector, I don't have to cut it. I can just pull it out of the casing, unwrap it, and do it right. That being said, I'm going to cut out, and before I do that,